Kellyfractic Vandenbrand here.
On the Retro Show today.
Wow, wah, wee, wah. And there it is. Just don't grow a beard.
I think I'm doing okay.
I've got a gift for you. You need a Game Boy.
Look at this.
I know about your faces from editing this. You see, we don't just throw this show together.
No, it's not Brill Cream. It's 13. Oh, hey, Chip Dippers.
Hello, everybody. I am the Bob Ross of Retro Computing. I'd like to welcome you all to the joy of retro. And I'd like to extend a personal invitation to each and every one of you to join us for some happy little memes, beat the devil out of some unboxes, take a stroll down nostalgia lane, as well as seeing some of your wonderful homebrew works of art. Please don't yawn while I'm introducing the show. And that's all coming up right here on The Joy of
Retro Show. But before all that, old news.
Ow! That's real. This is real. That was just a wig.
Oh.
People always say we have the same haircut, so I was just trying to mix it up a bit. Just don't grow a beard.
I think I'm doing okay.
So far, so good. Well, yes, welcome to Old News.
This is old news.
That's old news. And first up, look at this. This is the former headquarters of Nintendo in Kyoto, and it's been turned into a lovely hotel.
Wow.
So if we ever go, we're going to try to go. When we go, we're going to stay here. So in 1959, Nintendo actually moved headquarters to this bigger building after their Hanafuda cards origins. They kind of outgrew that, if I can outgrow my beard and say that. And they changed their name briefly to the Marufakuro Company Limited. And that's where the hotel gets its name, the Marufakuro. It's a hotel. It keeps its Art Deco features, as you can see.
Wow.
And it has 18 rooms, most importantly, a library that we just saw. It's only open to guests, not passers-by, and it chronicles the history of Nintendo in that library. So I think we'll stay in that room. Thank you very much. I'll sit there, you'll sit there. We'll present the show.
Yeah.
Kept the original elevator, and this is that library with all those things on display. I mean, you could spend a good hour in there. It's worth a trip to Japan.
Yeah, just for that alone.
That almost looks like a 3D printed prototype, but they didn't have 3D printing then. And
it's like a clear Game Boy.
So I've got dog hair in my mouth. She actually shoved the wig in my mouth when we were off camera.
It is not made of dog hair.
As far as we know. Yeah, it looks like a resin prototype.
Yeah.
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 Very cool. So we're going to go there, yes?
Yes.
Okay, see you there. Next up, this is the boat we're going to take to Kyoto. This is The Secret of Monkey Island sequel, third one actually, that's just been announced. So Ron Gilbert, who made the original Monkey Island games, he's secretly been working on this new game for 2 years after he went through the headache of trying to get the rights from Disney, who after buying LucasArts in 2013 then shut down their game development department, LucasArts or Lucasfilm Games, and Disney Interactive. But he did get the rights. So everyone's been dying for a sequel to those games.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
That looks cool.
We all played those on the Amiga back in the day. Graphical text adventures. So looking forward to that. Well done, Ron. And this was actually his original tweet from 2016 to Disney saying, please sell me my Monkey Island rights. I'll pay actual real money. Maybe he did. Here's a little sneak preview. We don't know much about it, but episode 2, LeChuck's Revenge, we think it probably takes off where that left off, if that's proper English. And he did say in the past that it would be a hardcore adventure game with no tutorials, no hints, and modernizations of the formula. To look out for a very difficult game. That's probably why he's got question marks. He doesn't know what's happening.
Same.
Yeah, that's fine. Slightly after your time.
Before my time.
Yes, that's what I meant to say. Before your time.
Yeah.
Now, moving on. Recently, we said...
On the menu today, sponsored by PCB Way! So very recently, we showed you the genuine new Commodore Robot Vacuum Cleaner. Now, I couldn't say more until our launch embargo lifted today.
In case you missed
but
it.
I can now finally reveal that I'm so proud to be one of the investors in that joint venture.
Proud.
Which also means I can reveal our launch robot's real names.
Real names.
You've heard of the VIC-20, the Plus 4, and the Commodore 64? Now meet the VAC Plenty, the Plush Floor, and the Commodore Sweepy Floor.
Yay!
The best of all
Now,
this
if you did miss that, and if you're watching this for the first time, that video came out on April the 1st, so happy April Fools. But, yeah, I was amazed by the comments under the video, how many people said they would buy one immediately.
I have no doubt.
Commodore Remote, the VAC
I mean, the Commodore Remote does look cool.
and Commodore Sweepy Floor.
I think Sweepy Floor is like the funniest thing to me.
Due to the worldwide chip shortage, not available to pre-order until April 1st, 2024.
To those of you who said you can't wait till April 2024, and we're being sincere, God bless you. But it did also lead to this text or Facebook message from Robert Baker, who said, I hope you know that Chuck's vision, now he's talking about Chuck Peddle, who developed the 6502 processor that, or a variant of which 6510 is in the Commodore 64. He famously said, even though I didn't know, that his vision was cleaning robots in every household. So he got this from a sci-fi novel, which inspired him to make the 6502, and that book was called The Door into Summer. So we had a little chat about that, but yeah, that's actually true, not an April Fool. The guy who developed the heart of the Commodore 64 did so because he wanted cleaning robots in every house.
And we appreciate what he's done for the community.
We sure do. They're recently late, Chuck Peddle, very sad.
Yeah.
But there's me making stupid videos about robot vacuums, not knowing any of it. So as they say, life imitates art.
Yes.
You were looking at your knees, were you thinking, what a great pair of knees?
That's a great pair of knees.
She is indeed. Moving on, Samuel Lewis had this to say.
If it plays little computer people, does that make it a mobile home?
Absolutely love that. Thank you, Samuel. So we should probably hire Samuel to be on the writing staff. But that is it for... Let's see what you meme.
That was old news.
But that is it. But that is it for old news.
That was old news.
And first up, me casually using autopilot.
This happens a lot to me. I often will drive my coworkers to lunch or to take them home, or we, carpool around little trips around work. And I'm like, look, my car drives itself. And I'm just like this. And when I look over and they're like,
She's coming to save you. What a great Pyrenees. But to be fair, you do the same when I'm driving. But to be even fairer, it happens to both of us because I'm not driving either.
Yeah.
The car is doing it.
Especially when it gets an update and it's like, left turn!
Oh, can we get that again?
Left turn!
Okay, very funny.
Oh my gosh. Gamers in the 90s. Gamers in the 90s were like, everything in this game looks so real.
The game. Which perhaps we can recreate. Let's make you square. That's quite good, actually. Right angle ears.
You see her?
What's happened to her?
She's a blockhead.
She's turned into that dinosaur from Jurassic Park.
All right, let's see if we can look straight. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. There it is.
Next up, how to copy files between two different PCs.
Right-click copy. Unplug the mouse and connect it to the other PC. Right-click paste. Done.
Why didn't I think of that? Spam. Do you ever say that in America?
No, that is a facepalm.
I'm guessing people did it with spam.
I've heard you say it all the time, but I...
Once in 10 years, but people literally go up to you in the playground and just go, spam. Spam.
I would murder someone.
I would murder some spam. Miss that stuff. Some of you may get this.
Yes.
Do you get it though?
Of course I do.
Can you explain it to those of us who don't? Innocent.
Yes, for the youngins out there, the easiest way to manually rewind a cassette tape, this is using what looked like an old-fashioned Bic pen. My favorite was the number 2 pencil. So you would insert it, you would place it into a cassette, said holes right under her head, and you would twist it, and that would rewind it.
I'm none the wiser. I just see a biro lying next to a tape.
A what?
Biro.
What's a biro?
This is going to be a very long episode.
Is that
Biro is the generic term for a Bic. Bic is the brand name.
And biro isn't?
Hey, we define biro.
According to Wikipedia, Laszlo Joseph Biro, Hispanicized as Ladislao Jose Biro, was a Hungarian-Argentine inventor who patented the first commercially successful modern ballpoint pen.
Ballpoint pen is the generic, technically. But anyway, enough of that. This is a new version of Doom that they're releasing for the Amiga. He'll be alright, he's got 200% armor. Anyway, moving on.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Time, as in the herb.
Oh, I love it. Very good. Well, I think that's it for Let's See What You Mean,
I saw what he meant.
as we went back in time with some retro memes. Literally. But now it is time for... Should we do some fun boxing? Welcome to FUnboxing. It's got lots of puppy hairs on the lovely, gutsy Aiden, very large mouse pad. But I don't know what's in here. Where's my cutty thing? Oh, could you grab one off my tool bench on the magnetic strip?
You'd think after 13 episodes.
No. Oh, wait, we have a quick message.
We do.
Hi, I'm Kellyfractic from Gardenside. This is my friend Bunny, and we like to tell about you, PCB Way. Or you could give PCBs for $5.
$5.
How do you, Kellyfractic?
Thank you, Kellyfractic, for letting us know about PCB Way, where, as we all know, well, I don't need to say it because she said it. But as we all know, PCB stands for
Printed.
no. Protect Cute Bunny. Now we can unbox. Yes, officially. Here we go.
Should we speak about an unboxing that's coming?
Oh, so this is a good point.
There is an elephant in the room.
It's not an elephant, it's a
It's
lightsaber.
an Easter egg in the room. There's a lightsaber in the room.
So if you have noticed this up here, as you can tell, it looks a bit like Darth Maul's lightsaber.
A little bit, yeah.
There is a big story behind that, and we've got a very special episode coming up about how we won Darth Maul's actual screen-used hero lightsaber prop. Yes, the actual one. Second flinch for her. Oh, in here, I don't know what it is. Bring that up later. How would you pronounce this?
X.
Oh no, I got it. X3A.
Did you just glitch there?
Apparently.
Whoa.
Whoa. So this is a blown up 3D Game Boy picture from X-Ray Art.
X-ray art.
Yeah. When they showed me this on the old flea mail, I couldn't tell that it was 3D. Get rid of my wig.
That's so cool.
Where could we put it? We'll find a place. Let's take that silly lightsaber down.
Let's take that silly 100,000 subscriber thing down.
Yeah, let's take that down. Very cool. X-Ray Art, we will put a link in the description where you can get your own blown up, literally, Game Boy. Can you send us another one when you're ready, X-Ray Art? Cut away. We're going to cut away. Oh,
Is it
okay.
a gumball?
What?
You knew he was going to throw it at me, didn't you?
This isn't retro at all, but it does help me with making the videos. This is a brand new gimbal. Oh, I see what you were saying. It's like gumball? No. Thank you so much. Do you know how I feel about this?
Ho, ho.
It's ho-hum. Oh, hem. Thank you. It's a 3-axis handheld stabilizing gumball.
All my exes are in Texas.
What's that even mean?
You said 3-axis. I said all my exes are in Texas. It's a song.
I gotcha. Oh, look at that. It's a serious bit of kit. Let's see.
Not to be confused with ЯRetro kit.
I like this bit when you turn it on.
Me too.
And it comes alive. Unfortunately, all of our phones are actually filming this show right now, so we can't demonstrate it. It's got a zoom button too. Very cool. Thank you for that. Ho-hem. But now on to the retro goodness. I've got a gift for you
Oh yeah?
from me.
Oh yeah? I'm always suspicious. What is it?
I would say belated Happy Easter, but you're Jewish.
I am.
So Hoppy Egster.
Happy Passover.
Well, make sure you don't pass this over. Thank you.
Nice to see you there. Let's use the forks, of course.
What could it be? What is it? Have you just seen the logo? Oh, you've seen the whole thing now. Oh, I packed it upside down. Sorry about that. Do you want a hand getting it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the Singer digital sewing machine. And what you need is a Game Boy. Well,
You see, we don't just throw this show together. You need a Game Boy.
and you tell it which stitch you want it to do. And then you sew. And
But what does that say?
it's included. Yay!
So this, according to Fleabay anyway, this is a fully working
Oh my God.
Game Boy sewing machine.
So for those of you who don't know, I sew.
So what?
So what? And so far it's going
So far.
so far so good. And I had my original basic sewing machine that, you know, was great. It was a Husqvarna Emerald.
She's not a husky.
No. And then I upgraded to a Husqvarna Topaz. This is for anybody who knows anything about sewing machine. It's an embroidery machine. And then we recently acquired a 1951 Singer 301A at a vintage shop and
Store.
a store. A long time ago, my mother bought me, I want to say, it wasn't the 301, but it was a very similar old sewing machine, and it did not come with instructions, and I did not have any help with it, so I couldn't figure it out. And then shortly after, we had a house fire, and the sewing machine perished in the house fire, so I never actually got a chance to use it.
And then you pricked your finger on the needle, and then you went to
Slept
sleep.
for 100 years.
And then, like, your prince came and
Yeah, and then
not
you.
the singer. Should we open it up? Let's
Yes.
see what's inside.
So here is the instruction manual, and it is very thick, and I feel like part of it is to teach you how to use a Game Boy and how to use the sewing machine at the same time.
So does Mario have to duck under the needles?
He does. He goes, boom, boom. Oh my God. Look at this. It is the game cartridge. It's called Singer Sewing Machine Operation Software.
That's the little program.
How cute is that? Oh
We're not going to be watching that.
no. Runtime 70 minutes. Wow.
Interesting fact, VHS tapes hold more data than a CD.
I believe that.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Snap.
There are different models.
Yeah, it's Game Boy Color. Mm-hmm. So you've got the smaller screen color, and this is useless because it's being blown up.
So the problem with now having this is I will absolutely take this to work and play at work instead of my Game Boy Switch, because the Switch is, I love the Switch and the games are endless, but it's quite large and heavy.
I like that you called it a Game Boy Switch.
Did I call it?
No, it shows where your heart is.
Okay, let's see the machine. The máquina.
We won't turn it on now because
We don't have batteries.
you don't know it yet, but I thought it would be great to do at least a whole episode
Oh, absolutely.
about setting this up properly. This is just the unboxing as advertised, but yes, can't wait to see that. It's the first time I've ever been excited about a sewing machine. I can probably speak for a lot of our viewers in saying that. Box. Look at this.
Wow.
Wow, wee wah. Now this is a model you could buy. I've been trying to find this for a long time actually. And these would come up on their own. This model, Isaac sewing machine. And obviously Game Boys are available. But finding the game was actually the hard thing. She's broken it already.
I just want to spin it around.
Yeah.
Oh, that smells. Get a whiff.
That's some nostalgia.
It
It's
smells
got that
like...
slightly poopy plastic smell.
I was going to say it smells like old newspapers.
That's old newspaper.
Well, it has... you remove that bit so that you could put a sleeve around here. It's... or a pant leg or something narrow.
Puppyfractic's enjoying all the
She's
nostalgia.
She's never smelled like this set before.
And if I can just point out to you, A, there's a handle here.
Oh, there it is. That's
And
a
B,
weird place.
that's, I'm guessing, your Game Boy connector. Boop. Well, that goes in there.
And Bob's your uncle.
Bobbin's your uncle.
Bobbin's your uncle. That is a sewing joke.
So what? Well, I think we wrap up the unboxing because we need to get on with the show.
Oh, yeah.
But thank you so much for sending this in. Who's that from?
You.
Purple Fractal.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Poopy plastic.
Poopy plastic fractal. Cool. Well, let's get all this out of the way.
Yep.
And then we're going to move on to look at some homebrews. Well, welcome to Homebrews, where we look at your homebrew creations. And this is by John Calhoun, or Calhoun, of Engineers Need Art. And he created this Raspberry Pi powered desk calendar, inspired by an old school Mac. So it actually displays a plethora of information here. So you can
Plethora?
see. Yes, plethora. Do you say thesaurus?
Well, we say plethora.
Say thesaurus.
Thesaurus.
Plethora. What's that face? I know about your faces from editing this. I see them back.
I always forget you watch this show.
I spent days studying every frame to get it just perfect. It's quite easy with the ones that you were in, darling. Wow, from faces to sound effects.
I do all my own.
So it's got a calendar and weather, but I just love the idea of having this like on the breakfast counter or something. And you've got a little puzzle game
Is this
there.
3D printed?
The outside is, then this updates. This is what it shows you, a little close up.
Cute.
Calendar events. Walk, exercise, indexed color. We probably shouldn't be studying his private calendar. Anyway, I love that.
A grocery store run. I thought it said a groovy store run.
That could be even better than grocery
Yeah.
store. Next up from Johan Vandenbrand. Lovely name. Wish I was a Vandenbrand.
It's very on brand.
Perifractic Vandenbrand here. However, this is a basic one computer. So he built this. You can see it here. He's an old repurposed Commodore 64 keyboard from a faulty C64. And I don't know exactly how he's cut it, but I'm guessing a laser cutter and wood.
Yes.
Looking at
Good guess.
wood guess. Looking at this gives me wood. But anyway, moving on. Holes Ideen here on Facebook is showing off what he's built. Can you tell what it is? What it is yet? We shouldn't use that voice.
It's a pillar.
It's 2 pillars. It's growing. It's got a I see a theme in this episode.
Oh my gosh. Is it a giant Game Boy?
His name Holes Ideen. It reminds me of Adim
A Dean Dazelle.
Dazelle from the previous Oscars. But yeah, I mean, how many steps is this? So this took him 235 hours to make. It weighs 50 kilograms.
At least, yeah.
So about heavier than a real boy for Game Boy. Like that's where all the innards are stored, and it costs him about 400 euros in parts. But what I love is just when you see it mounted here.
I just like it in the car.
Yeah, it's got a full
Oh, it opens
LCD
up. I love
TV.
that. That's how you get your controllers out.
And there it is. Above the radiator, not probably the best place, but I'm sure he's got control of his heating.
I would think so.
Yeah. But here it is. Is it Game Boy Color? No.
That's the original.
It's a regular Game Boy. Fantastic
That's
stuff.
amazing.
It's been a Nintendo-filled episode from the hotel to all of this.
Not sponsored, but if you'd like to, we're open.
Like a hotel. Okay, well that is it for Homebrews.
Ooh.
But now, would you like a nice tasty bowl of nostalgia flakes?
Thank you for this, by the way.
You're welcome. It's cool, huh?
It's very cool. I absolutely will be playing Game Boy at work. I'm going to get some old games.
Love it. Maybe you can live stream.
From work?
Yeah. Sorry, we got into another conversation about the sewing machine.
I really like it.
I love that. And what I also love is nostalgic photos.
Wow.
This is Bradley LeBeau, who's sharing a photo taken in Colorado in 1977, so quite recently then, at the Aspen Computer Society. And he says, we're all gathered around a homemade computer in Nick's Mad Lab. Mad Nick. I'm the one with the black curly hair.
I was hoping, because that is a nice head of hair.
Should get my wig back on. And I'm 13 here, not me, him talking. And the computer is an S100, which is a Z80 machine, with 16 kilobytes of RAM, a whopping amount of memory, and a huge 25 by 64 character monochrome CRT display running at 1 megahertz.
All I was looking at, I was counting the bowl cuts. I was a little distracted.
Forget the monochrome display, look at those
1,
haircuts.
2, 3, 4, 5.
That was the style though.
Yeah. Post Beatles.
Yeah, and I love the sailor outfit
I do too.
on Bradley as well. They built the computer as a club, and it cost more than a Volkswagen Beetle at the time.
Wow.
So you were just talking about the Beatles
I
and their
was.
haircuts.
It's like I knew.
It's almost like you knew. And finally, Mark Swarbrick's friend found this in a copy of The Mirror, circa 1984. You get free chips with every Renault, but it says here, buy any new Renault 9 between April 1st, no joke I think, and May 31st, and we'll give you a Sinclair Spectrum 48K home computer, complete with a software pack. It had electric front windows, not Spectrum, the car. And what do they say at the end here?
All you have to do is choose, and if you choose soon, the chips are on us.
A pun worthy there of the retro. The retro smack. Which means, so what were you going to say?
I was hoping it was like a bag of chips, but I realized that those are crisps. So I spent the whole first half of this moment thinking it was about food.
That's understandable. And Mark said that his friend knew he had a penchant for French cars. French voitures. Is that a car? Yeah.
I have no idea what you're saying.
And retro computing. So she cut this out for him. And he thought he'd share it. So we love that stuff.
We do.
We love all this kind of stuff. And if you submit content or donations to the show, you get an RR badge, which gives you free entry to a number of retro museums
around the world.
Around the entire world, and possibly other planets that we don't yet know about.
Not yet.
Yeah, but we'll put them on our website when
As soon as we know.
When they open. All of which means it's time for us to say thank you so much for watching.
Subscribe and support below, and cheerio.
Cheerio.
Oh, it's peeing in the pool.